What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Future X Sounds interview series. I am here. Well, before I say I am here, let me tell you who I am. I am Jahi Sundance, DJ, producer, musician, and I am here sitting next to what we like to call a legend, a living legend. So,
I am.
Battlecat, please introduce yourself.
Oh man, I am ecstatic to be here. My name is DJ Battlecat, the brand, the name, the man behind greatness and good music in Los Angeles, California.
So, we're here. You're going to be a part of the Future X Sounds concert series.
Yes.
That is being hosted by
Lalah Hathaway.
Lalah Hathaway. Tell us about your relationship with Lalah.
Well, being a fan for one, has led me to her. And I think a mutual friend of mine's, Terrence Martin.
Yeah, Terrence cool.
Is my guy who brought her years ago to my earlier career, maybe like almost 15 years ago. Mm-hmm. And it was a warm welcome, having her in my home. And I try to keep calm and cool, while I'm playing keyboards, and I stop playing keyboards and just start playing some tunes. And it was just a beautiful sight to see her and her be a fan of my work, man.
Yeah.
That part right there just blew my mind. So we kept a relationship off and on through the years, man, of each other's careers. Mm-hmm. And I actually DJ'd her birthday maybe a year or two ago.
Oh,
and
dope.
So it led.
And I'm sure that was a surprise as to how old she was.
Oh man,
she doesn't look it. You can wiki it because I'm not gonna out her right here. But to talk about black don't crack,
man, nah, you feel me? Black excellence, you already said it. We barely right around here.
I'm 77 years old, so it doesn't. It's all
turn it around. 17. No, but it led us to a beautiful relationship and respect for one another's career and path. And little did I know she had a passion or a little thing for DJing, so to coexist with her in the art of that was just crazy. So here I am. She just
super dope.
It was beautiful.
So the next thing I was gonna ask you, because I did it at the beginning of the interview, tell me how you feel when people call you a legend. How do you feel about that?
Very much humbled when the title legend comes across, because then you have a responsibility to make sure you uphold the title. As a human being, as a leader, as one who inspires, that's just a win-win for me. So I have no problem with making sure that they get an organic, infectious performance or contribution from me when I hear the word legend. So,
talk to me about the LA community and that word and music and you've been lucky enough to work with other legends throughout your career. Blessed, like you work with so
abundantly.
The list is long.
It's crazy.
You could Google it for yourselves.
Yes.
You can say I'm calling them a legend for no reason. That's because you're 12 and you don't know your history. So just hit the wiki page and then you'll understand what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Having that kind of experience, what has the LA music community meant to you when you were younger? I kind of want to hear you talk about it when you were younger and now that you are matured and standing in your own, the difference, the LA music community and how you feel.
Well, for me as a child, the passion and vision of appreciating my earlier desires of music in the music community was a great one and still is, because I always stayed grounded to who's who, the people's skills played a major role in learning how to communicate and reciprocate something. And I noticed with music, music is a universal language.
Right.
So, and it brings different walks of life together. And in my earlier younger years as a musician, I seen how important it was to.
This is when you're playing drums?
Yeah, I'm playing drums.
Okay.
That's my first love. So my first love is drums and percussions, foundation, rhythm. But I got a chance to appreciate how to interact with other musicians and talk, and seeing life experiences, whether high and low, and how to take the energy and just create a moment or a song to serenade or help heal.
Now, were you in like a high school band? Were you playing in church?
Oh,
Where were you playing at?
Yes, it's funny that you say that. Those are the two foundations. You know, being in the streets, in the community, in the
what
ghetto,
church?
the hood, St. Luke Missionary Baptist Church.
Okay.
That's before your times. We talking about 1969. I'm like 2 years old, but I'm in that church still getting it. I'm dipped in it. You know, I'm all marinated in it.
Anointed.
I end up being a choir boy first, you know, singing, so I got a chance to appreciate melody and rehearsals. Then later on, bringing that into the community, being with my mother and father, being in a group and a band.
Wait. Your mother and your father were in the group?
No, they were in their own different groups.
Okay,
so they were musicians too. Yes, they're or the love and the reason and why I am who I am.
Got it.
So both of them are vocalists, and both of them play instruments. I discovered later that both like piano, so they both play a little bit. And one has the ear, and as I progressed in life with my career in the community, seeing bands, you know, through the alley, going to school, coming and going from, I got a chance to appreciate that this is life, this is normal, this is good to be able to gravitate to an instrument and talk and love and communicate with it. Now, in today's time with it, it's the same, but it's technology involved with it. Right. So it's a whole nother level and a whole nother community and connection in it. But I always encourage people to pick up an instrument, and I let them see different video footages of me that I have uploaded over the years through YouTube, and let them see me touch hardware and an acoustic instruments, and never to let that go. Right. And so by doing so, it shows an appreciation and respect for my foundation, and then it's encouraging for them to want to do the same. So, and then later on, becoming a DJ for a famous radio station called KDAY.
Okay, K-Day.
I ended up being an original K-Day mix master. So now the music that I'm raised off of or whatnot.
Right.
I'm actually playing that music now for my younger generation and olders who have paved the way. So learning how to select records and play and communicate, and it's just crazy to see the response in them saying that yes, you are a voice for us.
Right.
So now I'm understanding that I have another responsibility other than just my position. Yeah. So in being the master of my craft at that time, I'm playing music that already has a message, but then I can continue and extend the message. So just
is that when you started making music?
Yeah.
That's when you started like seriously producing in that area?
I say prior to that, I say that the all the grooming and respect for my contribution of music landed me in a magic moment. I wanna say. Yeah. You know, I started taking an interest into studios, and once I was given opportunity to be in the backyard of Dr. Dre's upbringing of music and recording, I was able to take his place when he went to form NWA with the World Class Wrecking Crew. Right. So me being there and getting familiar with recording facilities and how to take all my ideas from the years of experiences of, you know, just loving music like I do, it put me in a unique situation to where now I'm becoming something that they call a producer. but
Right.
and I'm learning all the.
What year is this? What year do you feel like you're almost becoming? What year is this? Is this 80?
Really trying to pull it out of me.
Is this what is this 80? 86?
We talking about them in the 80s. It's definitely the golden 80s. So we talking about
78?
my second year out of high school. So between 87,
87,
88.
Okay.
I'm already a KD mix master.
Okay.
I'm on the radio. I get the opportunity 88, 89.
So who's I want names. Who are producers who inspire you as a producer? I want names.
He want names.
Names.
I gotta say Quincy Jones first, because I seen how, for me as a kid, hearing his music and how they affected the community, and then seeing certain programs on TV where he integrated himself with the young generation and how he had a passion for keeping his ears to the streets was crazy, which had me appreciate the record that he did called Back on the Block, and he actually brought hip hop, or his contribution and experience of hip hop to the mainstream.
Back on the Block was 91 or 90.
I want to say
It might have been 91.
90 or 91.
Yeah.
Somewhere up in there.
Yeah.
Man, you see that?
So Quincy Jones and
definitely Dr. Dre, because the experience that I had in the day of him passing through.
Right.
He comes back to pick up his turntables, but I'm touching the drum machine. I'm a drummer, but the pattern was only 2 bars. Now I don't know nothing about bars or time signature just yet, as far as a drum machine.
Right.
So he walks in, he's like, "Man, what you're doing is really tight, man. It sounds like, do you really know how to work the drum machine?" I said, "No, man." So he showed me time signature and how to extend the bars to the sequence that I was trying to create, that I was freestyling with, and he left. So for him giving me that tool, I never looked back. I furthered the education and the art of doing that. And,
what about? So that's one era. Give us some names from now. Like who are you looking at now that you're saying, "Oh man, this young dude's got it." These producers who are a little bit younger than me. Who are the guys who you like who are coming up?
Man, I like this one cat because he reminded me of the new Phil Collins of hip hop. When I say that, this man is Anderson .Paak. And I always she got to remember that drums is my thing. So we got Buddy Miles that inspired me. We got Larry Blackman from Cameo who played the drums. We got Morris Day of the Town who played drums. Prince, and one more I want to Stevie, Marvin Gaye, and I want to say one more, but it'll come to me. Jeffrey Osborne of LTD. So, and one more cat.
Wait, Jeffrey Osborne was a drummer?
Yes, sir.
I didn't know that.
Playing them traps on them records.
I did not know that.
Yes, and the drummer from Commodores, I can't get his name, but that's him that's singing Brick House. That's not Lionel Richie.
Yes, it is.
So we got a lot of beautiful drummers, but Anderson .Paak, to me, embodies all that because of soul, his lyrical content, his social awareness of what's going on in the world, his unique way of word playing and reaching his audience is just.
Have y'all worked together yet?
We will. We definitely been in each other's presence and talked and had some studio performance and experience with one another. Just throwing ideas in the process of making something. So I wouldn't put that past, the idea. That is coming soon. This timing, happen. This energy and timing.
That has to happen.
Yes. You hear that? I could say a couple of more who inspired me. Another kid named Thirst out of Los Angeles, Inglewood, California. He's an incredible writer and artist who me and Dre has been behind, and Jay Pounds and a few other producers.
I know Pounds.
Yeah, Pounds is crazy. So I've been working with them cats with bringing him out. My brother Mike Stroh, unique artist, Los Angeles based. It's like my pet prize, Jay-Z prize of a project that I'm working on. So well-rounded as an artist, and I just want to be able to give him all that energy that I have for all the people in the industry I have produced. I want to now give him that attention. And
say his name one more time.
Mike Stroh, Mykestro, the best of the west of the 110. And who else would I want to say? Another guy out of Inglewood named D Smoke, which is
I know D.
The younger brother
From the
of
singing
Inglewood
family.
Sir. Yes,
Yeah,
man.
they all sing.
Oh man, I did some beautiful collaborations with him and T.I. just on the low, and man, I just love his contribution and talent, and he speaks 7 different languages. So to hear him sing, and he took one of my records, like We Can Freak It, is one of my classics that if you guys don't know, go pull that up. Me and the Corrupt and Andre Wilson classic. Just to hear him do We Can Freak It in Spanish and half English is.
Yeah.
I never had that before, so that's another way how I got inspired with him to diversify my sonic portfolio. Portfolio. You know, because it's so necessary for me to pay attention to what is great that the new generation is doing, along with where I come from, to have a happy medium. You know what I'm saying?
So one of the other performers on the Future X Sounds series is Justus West.
Yeah,
someone you're familiar with.
Mr. West. Mr. West. It's funny because the day I met him, man, to be the age 19-year-old, I can't believe he had the spirit of a legend that I love that helped discover Earth, Wind, and Fire, and that's Ramsey Lewis. So when I told him that at rehearsal, he fell out and the whole band did, and then I went to Google and showed the picture, like, this ain't your father? I mean, oh my goodness. So we had a rehearsal. It's for the Bible of Love song that's been nominated, you know, or whatnot, and that was a success with Snoopy. But he was a
That's Snoop Dogg.
That's Snoop Dogg.
Just so you know who he's
Congrats,
referring
Big
to.
Dog.
Yeah.
We did that.
Oh, and they were nominated for a Grammy.
Yeah, you heard me?
Just in case
Yes.
you didn't know what he was talking about.
So he was assigned and called to be a part of the band, and my man Lonnie Burrell and the rest of the guys, the B Wagon production family who have put that album together.
Right.
We all got a chance to see this young cat. I think he was 19, should be 20 now. But I was just having a conversation earlier. The information that he is so
He's advanced.
He's just so advanced. But that the information that he has chosen to obtain in his repertoire and contribution to music is crazy to be that age. You would think he's been in it for 50 years.
Right.
You know, Wes Gomery, George Benson, whoever else you can think of, Muddy Waters. He just a little Jimmy, but I just love the fact that through all the influences, you still see him and hear him through it all. And that's so important that you show your own identity.
Well, that's the hardest part to do.
Oh,
that's the hardest part because
man,
you can copy something all day long. You can copy something. Just being yourself is a lifelong journey.
As a hip hop slogan that we use, we call that biting.
Yeah.
Know? Biting someone else's style. You know,
just take a bite and leave
it's
it.
mine now. I'm your apple. You know? Nah, man, we used to kick ass behind that. Like, cut that out. You can't be a carbon copy for nothing. That's one thing I appreciate in my earlier years as being a musician and a producer and an artist, is that's so important that you show your own identity, be center front with it. You know, it's another thing to be inspired, but you have to have your own voice in this thing.
Yeah, originality used to be a rule. It used to be a
still
hip hop rule.
It still is, man.
It still is.
I know it's got mud.
It still is.
And stuff.
But we just doing everything like any other music's done. So I'm not mad at us for having a pop section that feeds the radio. I'm not mad at us for having a section of artists who all sound alike. This is a good thing. This is what every genre goes through. When you become a mature genre of music, you dominate the radio with a bunch of groups that sound the same. That's what happened with rock and roll. If you look at the 80s, there was a million hair metal bands. They all sound, and they dominated the radio. So if we have a bunch of trap artists who are dominating the radio right now, I'm not upset about that.
We can cherry pick the most well-rounded, appreciated, I mean, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We can find the best out of the whack. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's cool. They got room to grow. You know, it's never to discriminate.
No,
but the content
there's
to
enough
me
for everybody.
the content is so important to me to be able to last. You know, if you're very, very much aware and not monotone about life and hearing other things that's affecting other people's lives and issues, it's amazing how if you tap into that, you have a chance to say something and be around a little longer in your career. You know, instead of bringing so much fast food information and contribution to music, it just fucks the whole shit up. Excuse my French.
Slow cook over here. So one of the things about Future X Sounds that's so dope is that each city's show is curated by a local artist, someone who's come up through that city, and then they get to refocus and kind of bring in new artists who've never been seen, artists who are legends, and create this community on stage and kind of have the show that they've always wanted to have. How do you feel about being a part of something like that in a general sense, and then how does it feel to you to be selected to perform for something like this?
Being selected to perform and being a part of this this movement for me is very enlightening. You know, people follow me, people respect my opinion and my contribution. So it's a unique chance to take the B-list and cultivate them into an A-list artist or musician and producer or whatnot. And to possibly franchise the movement is crazy, to take to another city or whatnot, or another country. I mean, that's something I had my passion and idea for it for so many years, being a tour musician and getting a chance to see how people feel about music and looking for advice and opportunity. So this one right here is definitely unique, and I'm glad to be a part of it to showcase my knowledge, wisdom, and creative performance. You know, it's going to be crazy.
All right, good things.